I understand you have been able to develop sort of a relationship with the local woman, Melissa Stanton.
Yep.
Could you just talk about the background of that relationship?
Yep.
And what she and your current relationship with her today?
I broke my leg December 23rd, 1990, playing against the Dolphins. This was the stretch where we're running now. This is becoming the beginning of the Buffalo Bill run. Everybody knew we were going to be the first team in Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl. Everybody was feeling it in the organization. And it was an exciting time. And we're playing the Dolphins in Rich Stadium, and it was a big game. And obviously the rivalry goes without speaking. But I was blocking Tim McKyer on the right side. It was a sweep to the right, and Thurman Thomas cut up inside me, and John Offerdahl, their linebacker, dove at Thurman and missed me and went right into my planted leg on the turf and snapped my leg in half right there. I didn't know at the time. I thought it blew my knee out. So I laid on my stomach and I rolled onto my right shoulder, and it was my left leg. So my leg is up here, the knee's up here, and my leg was down, my foot was down by the turf. So I kind of rolled on my back and said, not good. You know, I knew it was broke. So obviously Frank Reich was the quarterback at that time, and having your best friend out on the field, he just came over and started praying with me. And that's how I was able to get up and give a fist pump to the crowd, and just, I mean, I can still hear the whole crowd, 80,000 people screaming, Beebe, Beebe. I mean, gives me goosebumps just thinking about it now. I knew I would be back. A lot of people doubted it. But it was a very trying time. We all have trials. This was a trial for me, knowing they were going and knowing I wasn't going to play. Sitting in the hospital that night, you know, you just self-pity goes through your, a little bit depressing. All the players are calling, and Marv stops by, and what can they say? Well, there's the nurse that came to my room and said, there's this little girl, this little 12-year-old girl that wants to meet you. She's a huge Beebe fan. You know, and your first reaction is, do I really have to at this point in time? But then the good nature in me said, yeah, have her come on over. So she rolls in. She has spinal cancer. She's been through 12 different surgeries at this time. She had a halo over her head just to hold her neck up. And she was in a wheelchair, and she wheeled in, and she had the biggest spirit of anybody I've ever met, and still today. And we just connected big time. I mean, we became really close. So she became my buddy. I'm Don Beebe to her. I'm her big buddy. And you know, we came close. I brought her to a couple of games, and the players got to know her. Took her out to the Super Bowl, and her family. And just 2 days ago, I get a call that because I was going to bring her tonight, and I was going to introduce her and talk a little bit about our relationship tonight, about never giving up. She's 37 now, and she had a heart attack 2 days ago. So I went over to the hospital today. I've been over there the last few hours just visiting with her. I hadn't seen her in a while. You know, she's 60 pounds. I mean, her legs are about this thin, and she still has that same spirit. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's just gravitating. So I brought her a dog, a little stuffed dog, and the dog's name is Buddy. And we just, we hit it off like we had missed a beat. Yeah, it was tough to leave her.
Sure. Up until today, had you guys remained in touch via letter, email, whatnot?
She probably texts me once a month.
It's really special.